Hey everyone, this is another guide for Tazal Terminals, the final level in the Bastion new game all story level speedrun. When I originally made this video for the guide, I played the level uh, the way it would be in an actual run, which means that for about 3/4 of the level itself, there's a menu obscuring the screen because you need to carry it to the final area in order to trigger a glitch that lets you walk at normal speed while holding the battering ram. So I thought it would be helpful to just show pretty much the same gameplay, but without that menu on the screen so that you can see what's going on a little better. So let's get into it.
No telling where the kid is
Uh,
now,
so of course you're just going to get up and head off to the top left.
but he'll be all right.
And right here, once you do a couple rolls forward, you want to walk and just wait a bit until the ground forms up all the way on the other side of this rock. Because the fastest way to get through is to just roll around the right side of the rock, like I'm setting up to do now. And if you don't wait a bit, you're going to just fall. Otherwise, you can just break the rock with a couple pike hits if you are having trouble with this. That's a little slower, but fine as well.
I'm gonna hit the Tazal Terminals hardest
To
of
roll
all.
around,
You know why
here you
Zol
get hit
came
up
back
into the
today.
air right
Zolf
there,
must be
so
there
just
all
keep
the way.
rolling to
Just
recover.
waiting. All his old
And
friends
once you
will
get
be
around this
waiting.
bridge, go
You
and
know what's
fall
funny?
off to
Look
unlock the
around.
camera so that you
There's
can
not
keep
much left to
moving.
do here at Bastion.
And just
Go
kind
around,
of like
tell each other
clip your
stories
way
of past
around some of those
times. When a
obstacles
kid brings
and
back that shard,
head to the
the
barge in
Bastion will be
order
complete.
to
Problem is,
progress to the
we'll
next
all be
area.
gone.
So in this next area, there's a little bit of rolling you have to do, but then you pick up hopscotch,
Oh, we're
which
not gonna die.
replaces your
It's
roll
more
with
like
a jump. The jump is
all of
slower
this
than
will just
rolling with
stop.
the
Things will go
mouse
back to the way
movement
they used to be.
speed.
This whole
So you
place
do slow
is
down
a
a bit,
living
but
record of the
this
times
is going to
before
be
the
required
calamity.
to get you through
You be your
the
old
rest of
self again.
the level.
Think of all those times that didn't
So
go
here
your
you're
way.
gonna just jump over to this area, over to the right of those rocks, and then jump just straight across the gap over where the two Ura are, and then do another jump around there. Drink a health tonic here to get back to full health, and then you're going to jump off the stage but moving forward, which is up to the right, so that when you fall, you're going to actually land farther along in the level. That's kind of the mechanic of this part. So
You follow me?
once you fall there, you get dropped here. Hold down your shield as you're getting up so that you'll instantly block this Ura's attack. You don't want to get hit by him. Then walk off. Let this Ura hit you though, so don't block that attack. And then you'll get Were Whiskey there or
Everything
right
is
here,
wrote down.
depending on how much damage that last Ura did. And here you want to just take out this guy with a targeted grenade,
You can do it
and then
all.
move on your way.
And wouldn't that be grand?
The strat
I
for the
guess
mini
there's
boss
nothing more
fight
to
coming
say.
up is just pike, grenade, grenade. So what I like to do is hold down my shield during the transition into this fight and throughout the entire fight. Uh, then do a pike as soon as you get up to hit him. You have to wait just a tiny bit to actually be able to lock on, I think, but then throw a grenade and it should target him and hit him, get him to dash away from you, and then you're going to just mash your grenade button until you actually throw a grenade once the cooldown ends, and that should kill him. So that's what it looks like.
Who am I kidding?
Now you just have
Look,
to jump along these platforms.
there's something else.
I'd recommend just trying to
You're on a
follow
mission.
the
How come I
route
know
that I
so much
take
about
through this
Bastion?
section. Obviously, there's potential for a bit of divergence, but this is the
Well,
best
that's
approach
beside
I've
the point.
found.
There's one problem
And
with
I
this
think this
place
is
that
one
sets
place
things
where
back to
seeing
a
the
bygone
gameplay
time. So you're probably wondering,
in
with
kind
the
of a normal
calamity
way
happened
without the
already,
menu
we
helps.
can't test it.
Being
What's
able
to
to
stop
just
it from happening
copy what
again
I do a little easier.
after the Bastion does its thing?
And then just head to the barge, and you're going to progress
I
to the
don't
next
know.
area where you get the battering ram. So immediately once you enter this next section, you're going to need to hit a couple switches.
You're wondering if
The fastest way to do that is to jump straight down here
It's all right.
and around to
I
hit
can
that
tell.
switch, then
Why would you
jump
even want
across
another way?
and hit the left switch,
Unless you
and
wanted
then
to
you're just
stay
gonna
here
loop
with
around, get yourself kind of wedged in this gate, and just jump across it basically to get through,
us.
like that, and make your way to the
The
battering
weight
ram.
of the calamity. It's on our
So the
shoulders.
battering ram attacks now are, if you do your primary attack, which up to this point was the pike, you're going to slam the battering ram into the ground and damage everything around you. If you use your secondary attack, like the musket, that does a swipe that hits things in front of you. And your secret skill just damages everything in a big area around you. You'll see what that looks like. Because
Can't
once you
just
get
let
up to
it
this
go.
bowl right here, you want to use your secret skill to clear a path, like that.
Bastion does have another function.
Then you're gonna walk
Strictly speaking,
over to
if
the
ever
point
the
where I
lightning
do,
blew
right
out,
here, use another secret skill, and that should allow you to
still
clear yourself away to the
evacuate.
next
First,
area
we'd
like
round up
that
as
with
many
a
folks as
slam
we
or a
could carry.
swipe. So
Of
you don't
course,
want
that
to
would
use the
mean
last secret skill,
not
that's a
going
little bit
back.
slow if you can avoid
Never.
it.
But then again,
And that just
next,
depends on your
we
positioning when
detonate the
you use
cores
the second secret
and we
skill.
take off away from here.
So
That
here,
way, all of us.
normally you would just press enter once this next area loads in
Who
order to
knows?
activate the glitch and get yourself walking at normal speed again. But here, because I'm actually in debug mode, I'm going to open and close the distillery, and that has the same effect. Uh, Obviously, not allowed in runs, you do have to do the menu storage, but just for the purpose of showing off uh, the earlier parts of the level, I decided this was the way to go.
Golf and his countrymen won't
So
forget
once
the
you
bad
get
shot.
off the barge, use a secret skill, and then just clean up whatever happened to survive. Here, I like to, if you can see the diamond kind of formation with four squares in the ground, right below the kid right now. If you walk to the rightmost square or rightmost diamond in that formation and do a slam, you should take out all three of the at once without getting hit. So, like that.
So
Then you
for
can just
the
walk. There's a little path that you can get across here, or some sort of ground that you can walk on. And now
all
you're
I want
just
now
hitting
is
all
to
the
see
enemies as they
Bastion
pop up,
fall.
basically, in order
You
to
can't have
avoid
imagined the
taking
city control
as much
here
damage as
and now.
possible. There's a health tonic here that you want to walk over to pick it up.
Raynar's every shred of
And
decency,
then
though, has he?
here you
He
want to
tried to
walk
warn.
up around by where these stairs are so that this doesn't hit you as soon as he drops down. And that just helps you avoid taking a bit of damage and lets you save some attacks so that you take out
When you
three
finally get
right here
here,
with one attack instead of doing two. Now, once that guy with the machete starts hitting you a bit, you're going to heal and use your first secret skill, or really it's your second, but you got a black tonic. So heal, use a secret skill. That should take out all of those There are one survive for some reason,
so
but you can just
this
kill
ain't a
him.
personal
And
matter.
now once the guy on the left starts shooting you, I actually did it a bit early, but the cue I usually look for is the guy to the left of the kid shooting me. That is when I heal and use the next secret skill.
It ain't a
And
secret.
now here, ideally, if you have like pretty high health like I do now, you can take a hit from this boss that's going to attack you now. So ideally, you want to just walk around him and pick up the core, and then either use the last secret skill then when you're just waiting, or even save it if you can for the last area, although that's a little bit risky. Uh, it's perfectly fine though to just heal up and use the last secret skill right here. That's a little bit slower, but it's going to be much safer if that's what you're comfortable doing starting out. Here I just pick up the shard and just kind of block the attack. Sometimes the bulls will chase you down and one of them will actually kill you, but it didn't happen here. uh, leave Zulf,
Kid saves Ulf once,
and
but I don't
now
think he
you
made
just
the
have to
same
get out.
mistake. I wouldn't.
So the
Don't you
general
worry.
strat here is to just
Once the
kill the
ration's
melee
restored,
Ura,
it'll all be
the
alright.
machete,
You ain't
and
still thinking about that whole
yeah,
leaving the
the two
city
melee
thing, are ya?
ones, pretty much as soon as they pop up, just so that they don't knock you back with their attacks. You don't have to worry about taking damage. I leave this one alive, that's below me right now. It's, I think, technically a little better to do that, but certainly nothing wrong with just killing him. It's probably a good bit more consistent. But I'm just trying to minimize the attacks I'm doing. So at this point, you're just really killing the Ura as they pop up using those swipe attacks. Now here I'm going to not hit any Ura and try to walk to the corner that you kind of go around to get up to the end. And once you get up to the corner, so like right here, use the secret skill. And that should take out almost all of the melee Ura that would otherwise block your path to the end. So like that, and now
Kid
you're at the
probably
end of
knows
the
his role
level,
by
and
now.
that's
He reminds
basically
me of
the end of the
myself when
run.
I was his
So
age.
good
I had
job.
to tell you about those days.
But yeah, that's the end of Tazal Terminals, and hopefully seeing the gameplay without the menu storage active will help you out a little bit.